Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's me, Mitch. It's me, Mitch, and you're listening to
OG in the Morning Radio, WEFM.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we got it. Thank you, Barry Simon, for that. WEFM. Fill in the F of your choice. I love it. I love it. Good to see you. Good to see you. I got to play that in a little while when more people show up. I was watching Kilts. It's a shame that the internet attacked this morning, but it does. It does that. That's too bad. At any rate, I'm wearing this red shirt, if you can see it, this morning. And before I change my view, I want to show you what it says. If you can see this, it looks like a Coca-Cola thing, but it says carnivore. And it's the real thing. And then on the back of it, hang on a second, on the back of it, it says, have a steak. Now I got this shirt. Wait. Drink it if you got it. Let's not forget the reason we're here. So, I got this yesterday. I got it. It came in the mail. It came from Bonfire, which is the same company that makes my T-shirts, and I had no idea who sent it to me. I texted Barry, "Did you send me a T-shirt?" He said no. Well, let me take a second here. We have a special guest just so happened to drop in. You know how some people kind of crash a party? Well,
Schultz is crashing the party.
Yeah. How you doing, my friend? Oh, don't tell me your internet is screwing up today.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no.
Can you email it? I got it.
What's that? Oh, okay. We're going to try again. What happened? He had a great internet connection when he was on this morning, and then all of a sudden he started doing what Brenda was doing. Wow. Okay, I'll watch for Kelsey to come back. He's going to be a little surprise pop-in this morning, and I wonder if there's any truth to the rumor that YouTube is trying to sabotage our efforts. I don't want to believe that. I don't think they have that kind of control over the internet, but if I seem to be breaking up everywhere, maybe we do have a problem. I'm looking at my feed, it seems to be going through okay. So I'll continue to talk about my shirt. Got this shirt yesterday. I got the notice that I had a package coming a few days ago, and I had no idea what it was, so it was a big surprise. I opened it up, there's this red Coca-Cola looking thing. I said, who sent this to me? So I started, first of all, whoever sent it to me knew where I lived, because so that limited the field. Great mystery, great mystery. So I said, well, I'll wear it tomorrow and ask anybody if they want to take credit for sending me this, or maybe they just want to remain anonymous. So I put the shirt on this morning, And I'm standing in front of the mirror. And I see this little right here. See this thing right here? And I said, "Oh, it's got dirt on it." So I'm trying to brush it off, and it won't go off. And I said, "Well, what the hell is this? Do I have a defective shirt?" So I looked at it close to see what it was, and it's a tiny little, like a logo, and it says, "No slow." Mystery solved. It's Gary. Gary sent me this shirt. I tore the bag open looking for a paper in there that gave me some kind of clue. And sure enough, what I thought was just a smudge on it or a misprint was his tiny little logo said "No slow." So Gary is a great surprise. I may never have figured it out had I not thought that there was some dirt on it. So I don't know if Gary's selling these things or not, or what's the deal, but when we get him our next panel, we'll have to ask him. Maybe there's a link where you can buy one of your shows. Okay, here we go. Kilt says, enter the stream, device not connected. So he's trying. Nope, that didn't work either. Gary is here. You're welcome, Mitch. He says, yes. Thank you, Gary. Let me put that up on the screen. You can all see the green there. It's I love it. So if you're selling it, Gary, let me know how to direct people towards your little bonfire store or whatever you did. But it's cool, and I felt like a real detective this morning. That was funny. So Kilsey's trying to come in this morning. Well, here we go. Kilsey's into the studio. Okay. Is that it?
I don't know.
What happened? Well, you're here. You're here now.
Something's weird.
Yeah, something's weird with the sound. I don't know what it is. Maybe the gods just aren't happy with us this morning, you know?
Yeah, there's something wrong. That it's just not.
Your stream sounded great this morning. I don't get it. You want to try going out and in again, or we'll just call it a great effort this morning and do it again the next time.
All right. Let me try.
Okay. Wow. And here we are. Yeah. Look at all the green coming up on there. This is Mike Seeley, member for 20 months. Gary, no slow. Look at this. Everybody's showing off. CB Carmack is here. Hi, CB. How are you? Okay, we'll try this one more time. Now.
All right.
Okay. How's that?
Something. I'm using three different devices. It's got to be something on your side.
I don't know. You're going right to StreamYard, and I have no control over any of that. It goes right from StreamYard out to the people. So at any rate, so what do you think of my new red shirt here?
I can't see what it says, but I think it's sort of yesterday. Oh, love it.
And you know, you missed it because I just explained. I got it. I had no idea who sent it to me. I'm busy trying to find out who sent it to me, and I put it on this morning because I wanted to wear it. I wanted to wear it on the live stream, and I looked down, and right here there's something that looks like a little smudge. Where is it? Here it is. It's right here. See it? That thing. And I said, "What's that dirt?" So
what is it?
I'm trying to brush it off and scratch it off, and I go and I get it close to me, and it's a little tiny little logo about a half inch big, and it says "No slow." It's Gary.
Gary.
And on the back it says, "Eat a steak." Eat a steak kind of message, and it's kind of cool. So mystery solved. And then Gary verified it. He just sent me a little chat message. Said, "You're welcome."
I love the guy. We had a great time. We're all communicating together and sharing ideas that are crazy.
Oh man.
Someone tried to close me down this morning. They're trying to disrupt the live stream.
Yeah, I guess it was really a shame that Brenda got so blitzed by that by the audio, and I don't. Oh, Gary just sent me the T-shirt link. All right, now let's see, what am I going to do? It's on my. I want to share it. It's on my cell phone now. I got to get it into my computer. So let me. Bear with me. I want to said forward. No, that would be to a text. Yeah, I'm gonna have to type it. I'm gonna have to type it out, I guess. So
Where can we get this shirt?
you can get it. Here's the link. Bonfire.com. BONFIRE.com. Let me type it in the chat. My typing is not what it used to be, but it's BONFIRE.com / bonfire.com / carnivore cola CARNIVORE cola steak. Carnivore cola steak. There it goes. Okay, there's the link. And it should work. Maybe I needed to put the HTTP in front of it in order for it to show up as a link and be blue. But that's the link, and Gary's got the shirts. And let me give you a little fashion show here. Little fashion show. Da 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 da. And here's the back. Here's the back of it. Yes. I don't know if my days as a partially handicapped runway model, if I got any future. I got a future in that, but happy to help. We love Gary. Yeah, we love Gary. Your guest this morning, I never got to meet her at your place last year. There were so many people there.
We're going to do it again.
We better. Yeah.
And we're getting Ali to get ready to start opening it up. I think we'll have more people, but we want to keep it simple, community-based, story-based, nothing complicated or sales-ish.
Yeah, I agree. Are you still going to do the hotel thing, or is it just going to be meet up at your house?
We're going to do both.
Okay, we're going to do the hotel thing again. Okay, that was great.
I think so.
That was great, and what was really cool, I remember it. I guess you do, but you rode with me from your house up to the meet of the tent. But we had a great, and we had was that Scott in the back seat? Who was with us? Was that Scott? Healing Humanity. Who?
I don't remember. Adam?
Adam. Yeah, that's who it was. It was Adam. I knew it was either him or Scott. Yeah, it was Adam from Curry's crew. He rode up in the back seat with us. Both of you guys taking your lives in your very hands.
We trust
some old fart.
Mitch.
Yes.
We trust you. Hey, listen, I gotta go to the OR, making babies.
Okay.
I will see you and chat with you later. Thank you, everyone. I gotta get one of those shirts.
It's kind of cool. Thanks for showing up. Always good to see you.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Take care. So why can't... There it is. Man, tough guy to get rid of. He's there he goes. He finally figured out where the get out of here button is. Oh, that's great. Oh, thank you, my friend, for coming in to visit. with me this morning in my red shirt. I have to be very careful today, however, to keep an eye out for any wild bulls out there that may look at me and see red. It's the first red shirt I think I've ever had in a closet full of black shirts and a few gray ones. I have one orange one, though, that I wear a lot. I like the way it fits. So thank you again, Gary. Very nice of you. Well, that was a nice surprise. That was a nice surprise this morning. We talked about that yesterday on the phone. I said, well, I'll send you a link if you want to stop by and say hello. And there he was. There he was. So first one in this morning or yesterday from we got Mary M. and then Lady June. I can always count on those two. Good morning to you, Mike Seeley. Usually the first one in at the crack of dawn or way before dawn. Good to see you. And Wayne Herman from North Carolina. Good morning to you. Sandy Blythe. Hi, it's Sandy. And Sandy asked me a question in the chat on Kiltsy. Did you eat ice cream yesterday? I don't know what prompted that question, but for the first time in quite a while, last night, I made a little of Kiltsy's ice cream. I don't know why. And how did you know? Are you psychic? But yes, I did. And the funny thing was, I keep saying we are all connected and we all know things that we have no way of knowing. But because of this connection of all of our minds, we get feelings. We get and I talked about this once. I did a whole speech on it. I said, how, you're just thinking about a relative of yours and then the phone rings. And they picked up on something and the thought of you popped into their mind. Well, that's what happened yesterday. I decided, I'm going to mix up a little Kiltsy ice cream. Can't hurt me. Why not? So I mixed it up. I got it all ready. I was going to go outside on my porch and eat it, enjoy it, and a little treat. And whether that's a good thing or not, I won't debate that here. So I sit down with my Kiltsy ice cream. I just take the first little spoonful of it, and my phone rings, and it's Kilts. Honest to God. And he just left his house to go for a walk in the hills. And he was walking, and he called me, and we talked for about 5 minutes. And I told him that. I said, guess what I'm eating? And now Sandy Blythe asked me this morning, do I need to play the Twilight Zone theme here? Do-do-do-do-do-do. Remember that? These things happen all the time. They're not wild coincidences. They are, as far as I'm concerned, proof that we are indeed connected to everything. And so much of what pops into our head does come from somewhere else. That's but I got a big kick out of that. And then when I saw Sandy's text this morning, I said, who you been talking to? How do you know? Nobody knows what I was doing here. Kiltsy knew. So that was great. But thank you, Robert. Thank you for coming in to see me. And I imagine we'll get together again in person when you get back to Florida here. So thank you, Sandy. Mike Silly Sr., how you doing, Mike? How are you? Good morning. Humaira's here. If you got any questions or anywhere you want to steer the conversation, please just QQQ in the chat, and hopefully I'll get to it before the end of this stream. I don't have any particular program today other than showing off the shirt and
OG in the morning radio, WEFM.
You gotta love that. I got talking to Barry yesterday, and I said, Barry, let me get rid of that. I said, I'd like a little jingle. I tried. I made one. I made one myself with one other AI, but it still didn't come out what I wanted. And what I wanted was something like, if you remember, Imus in the morning, where he had three or four female singers, and they went, "Imus in the morning," that kind of thing. But Barry decided it would be a little better if it had a little punch to it. So we ended up with this.
OG in the morning radio, WEFM.
Yes, sir. I like that. Nice, short and sweet. The one that Gemini from Google created for me was 30 seconds long, and I think that was a little much. But this was perfect, so we'll probably use this. And again, EFM means eat fatty meat, but you, in your mind, can pick the F word of your choice. And fatty is not the one that my mind usually defaults to. But in an attempt to be more civilized and not X-rated or R-rated, we will continue to use fatty meat. And I like that. The EFM diet. Radio EFM. In the morning. Question for those that work out. This is a question from Graham Yvonne. For those that work out, do you do it in a fasted state? Do we eat protein immediately afterwards? Doesn't matter. I'm working out mildly now. I always do it in a fasted state. Whether I eat protein immediately afterwards or not, who's to say whether you have to? If I'm hungry, I might eat. For me, I can't tell you whether it makes a difference or not. But I can tell you that when I do a mild workout, and my workouts these days are not like they used to be at the gym. They're standing up and sitting down, no hands from a chair, 50 times over maybe 3 sets. Walking, going on that orthopod machine I have and stretching my back and doing back extensions and abs upside down, hanging on it. Doing a little bit of resistance bands for arms and shoulders. And the whole workout doesn't take 15 minutes. And it's not the kind of workout where my heart's beating a million beats a minute and I want to fall down. I guess a concession to my past stroke and my age. And the prime objective is to keep moving, keep the muscle strength, keep sarcopenia from setting in like it did when I had the stroke, recover from that. But more importantly, and the prime objective, is to do no harm, not to damage my joints, shoulder, knees, hips, by overdoing it at this age. That is where we, senior citizens, I think we get in trouble. It's a good question, though. And I saw that flash it to my left here on the recent chat. We get back to it. Lucy Work, good morning, Lucy. How are you? And Jerry Voitos is here. I imagine some of these people are still here, even though we've been at it for 20 minutes. Michael Pregler, good morning. There's a man that works out. Young man. Barry Simon, good morning, Mitch. And on from 90-degree day in Massachusetts. Yes. What the hell is going on with the Northeast? You're hotter than Florida, and it's only the middle of May. Wow. Peter, good morning, Peter. How are you? How are you doing? Steve McAvoy, good morning, Mitch and all Mitches. I finally woke up getting my Italian ice truck ready. That's right, Steve. You sell, I remember you sell the Italian ice up there. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Loretta Wallach, good morning, Loretta. How you doing? And John Logan, good morning, meatheads. That's us. We are meatheads. Robbie Autry, and Robbie Autry today. Oh, where is it? There it is. Robbie Autry takes the bell Where's the lambs? Wow. Brian Dishel's right there with him. Hi, Brian. Good morning to you, and good morning, Marla Kelly. Anthony is, of course, here. Anthony's a man of few words, but relevant words. Rough Carnivore from Guam, good morning to you. And Bride's Biscuit, good morning, family. Good morning, family. Lizzie's here. Hi, Lizzie. Good morning. And Manda's here. Good morning, everyone. And she managed to find every emoji in the catalog from Merle, Wisconsin. Good morning, Manda. And of course, Loretta Nadow with her wisdom of the day. Good morning, darlings. Have a fabulous day. Have a fabulous day. CB said good morning. And Sharon, my BBBNE, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Do you need sunglasses because of the red shirt? Do you like the red shirt? I put the link up there for Barry's Bonfire. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. I didn't know Gary was doing that. Excuse me. I got a Gary and a Barry, and got to keep them separated. Anyway, Brian Airy, good morning to you. Brian and Donna Ray, Bacon Runner, happy Tuesday morning. Yellow Rose is here. Hi, Yellow Rose. How are you? Robbie Yossi says, I love it. Yeah, you got it down bad, too. Lori, good morning, Lori. How are you? And retired Rick is here. Good to see you. And another from Boston. And she says, Barry, I thought you might come through with that. Yeah, Barry came through with it. And
OG in the morning radio, WEFM.
yes. Barry emailed me last night or texted me. He says, Are you gonna be able to fit it in? I told him not to worry. I'll fit it in until people get sick of it. I thought I'd give it a blast today because, at the time when I first started to stream, there's only about maybe 20 people actually logged in yet or online. So if I do something really clever at the opening, only the people that watch the replay are actually going to get to see it. So I try to save the good stuff for a little later in the stream when we got a bigger audience, so it's not to waste it. Carol Cole Grove, good morning. I don't recognize your name. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. And man, this is, oh my God, Mitch, I love, love, love that shirt. I need one of those. Where did you get it? Well, I just told you where I got it. And let me see if I could find that link way back here in the chat and copy it so I don't have to type it again. Let's see. Let me do this. And let me type https://paste. I think that'll make it actually into a clickable link. https://. Yeah. And let me just save that again. Copy that so I can put it up again a little later without typing it again. But there's the link. What happened to it? Oh, I'm not at the bottom. Let me get down. There it is. There's the link. And you can click on the link. And let's try it and see what happens. Nah, maybe I better not. I'll screw up my whole thing. But if it doesn't work, let me know. Let me know. And Gary, any commissions, you can PayPal them to me. You think I work for free? No, I work for stuff. I work for air fryers. I work for T-shirts. Thank you. I got the stuff. And I got just more offers for more stuff every day. Everybody, I don't know, they must have a list of people. And I got on these lists, and it's amazing to me the stuff that people want me to sell for them. It's absolutely amazing. It would make an entertaining video all by itself. The stuff. One I got this morning. I'm Jane from Lamto. Sorry to bother you. We currently have 2 products that may be a good fit to your channel. And what are they? The Lamto LTE cellular security camera. Might be a good fit for my channel. You think they even know what my channel's about? Oh, I get a million. And they all want to send me stuff. But I don't. It's got to have something to do with carnivore, at least, I would think. I got one where they wanted me to show off their women's line of cosmetics. Another one from a women's shoe company. They wanted me to show off their high heel shoes and their clothes. Maybe there's a potential connection there. When women get svelte and gorgeous, they might need new high heel shoes and clothes. But I get at least 1 or 2 or 3 of these emails, and they all come from China, every one of them. So they send them while I'm sleeping is when they're awake. It's their business day over there, and that's true of the air fryers and everything else. And the vacuum sealers. I get the emails in the middle of the night. When I answer them, they don't see my answer until like the next day for them. So we're always about, a day behind in our communications. But every night every morning I wake up, there's 2 or 3 more. Dear old guy, we love your channel. We're all fans of your channel here, and we think you'd be a great fit for our product. Massey Ferguson tractors. I used to save them in a folder, but there's so many of them now, it's taking up space. So I just block them anymore. And of course, if you don't answer them or you don't, they send you 3 or 4 emails over the next week or 2 saying, don't really mean to bother you, but you missed the emails, the last 30 emails we sent you, and we don't want you to miss this great opportunity. So I have to block them from my email browser. Donna's here. Good morning, Donna. How are you from the Bay Area of California? And Susie Marsh is here. Good morning, tribe. Good morning, Susie. Wow. And this morning, we had Brenda. Wow. They're in that mold now of energetic women coaches. Wow. You guys scare me a little bit, to be honest. I love you all. I love you all. And next year at Kiltsy's, both Brenda and you and I are going to have to spend a little more time talking to each other. There were so many people there, too many people to... and of course, who gravitates to me? You think it's the pretty girls that gravitate to me? No. It's Rick and Peter and Gary. No, great guys. I watched, I was on Kiltz's Zoom call last night. And Rick was on there, and I saw him in one of those little windows. And I couldn't tell, but I swear, Rick looked like he was starting to grow a beard. So we'll see. I'm waiting for Thursday morning, pardon me, to see whether Rick is his normal clean-shaven, Brill cream-looking self, or he actually is joining the ragtag band of those of us. And before you know it, Rick will be, perish the thought, maybe he's smoking a cigar too. Wow, 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 wow. Karen Field, hi Karen, how are you? How are you? I guess this is going to be one of those streams where I just become a guest at the party and just say hello to everybody until I come across a question with an associated rabbit hole, perhaps. Brian Airy says, great shirt. I like this shirt. It's a little baggy. Gary sent me a large, and I'm a little smaller than that. I wear a medium, but I like a large shirt. Some of them I have are large, and maybe it's a little baggier. But great shirt and a good quality shirt. The material is really really nice, and I recommend that anybody who doesn't live around too many bulls roaming the streets and doesn't mind wearing a bright red T-shirt. It's a funny shirt. It's a funny shirt. And one of the people last night, I showed it off on the Zoom call, and one of the people said, "Doesn't Coca-Cola have some kind of copyright on that font?" Because it does look like Coca-Cola, but it says Carnivore, and they may. But the last thing I think Coca-Cola company's lawyers are going to have time is to sue poor old Gary for selling a few T-shirts. So they printed them. Evidently, the company Bonfire is not shy. So hopefully, I don't think there'll be any problems. Bill Cook says, hit the thumbs up. Hiya, Bill. How are you? Everybody liked the shirt. Donna Ray's going running, and everybody's conversating. That's when Kilts came on. Everybody says, hi, Dr. Kilts. Everybody's excited to see him. Hello, Kilts. Hello, Kilts. Hello, Kilts. Everybody's talking to everybody. And here Gary said, you're welcome, Mitch. Yeah, thank you, my friend. Thank you. It's a great shirt. I like it. I'll probably wear it, bring it into the rotation of shirts that I wear more often. And I agree, CB. Gary is an awesome dude. Dude. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize. Well, just because they may allow something or that doesn't mean that you got to follow their so-called rules. But yeah, people like that, anybody that tells you what to do, you got to be wary of. What you need to do, God, I hate those words. Well, you need to do this, you need to do that. My answer is generally, no, I need to cut you out of my life completely, 100% go away. I don't need people telling me what I need to do. I don't tell you what you need to do. Well, does Kelsey have two windows open? It's possible. He's trying 3 different devices. And what amazes me is when he did his live stream, he was connected to StreamYard. That was in his medical office in upstate New York. And he had a perfectly great connection. Maybe they are messing with me. Maybe when they see he and I together, they really panic and say, we gotta stop this immediately before some erroneous information like don't eat plants, eat meat actually comes out, and we actually let it through. Let it through. The 17 levels of shadowing and censorship that we put on this whole community to keep the USDA and the farmers in business. Think about that. If people all of a sudden stopped eating plants, what would happen to the U.S. economy? How many millions and millions of people are employed or make their living in farming? I'm not talking about ranching. I'm talking about crops. How many people in this country, how many of their lives would be financially ruined if all of a sudden everybody said, don't eat plants? And how many people would starve before the supply chain of the beef and meat we would need to feed all of these people got established? and all that farmland was converted back into ranch land. I mean, it's impossible. It can't happen. We're too far along in this paradigm. So we're doing all we can, save a few stragglers here and there. But compared to the masses of people in this world, every time I watch TV, whether it's a TV show or a newscast, and they show you an aerial view, either from a helicopter or a drone, like a traffic report, downtown Atlanta in the rush hour. Picture that. Right over the junction of where I-75, I-85, and the North Beltway all come together. You got 10 lanes in each direction. Stop and go. You can't count the number of cars. And you look at that. Or you look at a football stadium with 80 or 100,000 people in it, and then say to yourself, wonder how many of those people are carnivores. And let's suppose you could make the cars have a red roof or light up where the carnivores are, or people in those stadiums would have a red hat. Do you think 1 out of 1,000 would be a carnivore? Maybe 1 out of 10,000? I don't know, but there wouldn't be very many. Well, it's all those people in all those cars and in all those stadium seats who still believe meat is killing them, plants are healthy, and the doctors. So this is the kind of mountain that we're up against. It is truly David and Goliath. It took 100 years to get this way. We'll be lucky if we can get it back the other way within 100 years. So we keep doing it because we know that it's the right thing. We've proven it to ourselves. But it is frustrating constantly, everywhere you go, when you ask anybody, you start talking about diet, you mention the fact that you eat bacon and eggs and beef and butter, they look at you and feel sorry for you. Oh, you poor misled person. You're killing yourself. And you get this from everywhere, and especially from the medical community, from the dietitians and the nurses. And I use that as an example, and I've talked about it before. The blaring and blatant, in your face, of the 2 vending machines at the front entrance to the gym where I used to go work out, that's owned by Health First, who along with Advent Health System are the largest healthcare provider in Central Florida, or Florida in general. They own a gym. When you have their Medicare Advantage plan, you get membership in this gym for free. Otherwise, it's like $75 a month. It's a gorgeous facility. It's where I worked out. That's where I fell and hurt my head and started this nonsense. The first thing at the main entrance that you see when you walk through the door, replacing the smoothie little cafe that they had to close during COVID, and they never reopened. So now there's 2 vending machines there, typical vending machines full of nothing but candy and crap and carbs and sodas and these so-called energy drinks. And that's what you're greeted with by the largest healthcare system in Florida. That's what they want you to spend money on your way to get healthy. And as long as those 2 vending machines still sit at the entrance to that, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. It's very sad. It's very sad. Everybody's giving guilty advice here and likes the shirt. Yes, the shirt's going to be the star. Question, where can you get that, says Gary. Where can I get that shirt? Oh, Gary, a little shameless self-promotion. We will have none of that here unless I'm doing it. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. That's the first thing I thought of the bleach drip spot. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. It was funny. I'm saying, what the hell is that? And I had just put the shirt on. I didn't even have, there was no chance for it to get dirty. I said, oh, this thing it's got a flaw. What is that? And I'm brushing it, and I'm surprised I even noticed it. Because if I hadn't noticed that, it'd still be a great mystery, and Gary up there would be laughing his ass off. Retired Rick thinks Gary's an awesome guy too. Yeah. I agree. I enjoyed so much when Gary was down here at the house, and we had to meet up here in March, and I had Peter, Gary, and Rick, and Mike Seeley Sr., and Chuck Supertunes from Clearwater, all over here at the same time. It was epic. It was epic. Oh, what am I? 7:10. Oh, wow, I'm so far behind. Well, so what's new? Richard Williams, good morning to you. How are you? Yeah, and Carol says that was a great meetup this year. Yeah, at Kilty's, it was great. It was great. I even got to give a little speech, which the comedian in me, it was a comedian in me. I thought it was funny, but I did manage to get up on stage without a walker. I had a cane. I didn't really use it. I don't need that anymore now. I'm really starting to. The improvements are coming in balance, and they are coming more rapidly now. So I guess those connections are starting to grow in my brain. The new connections that control the fine muscle movement. Same thing with my right hand. It still feels stiff, but I sat down last night, played the piano for about half an hour, and I do notice every time I do that I do see an improvement. So it's just time. It's just time. And if life doesn't be too unfair to me, I'll live long enough to recover to the point where I would really want to. And that's where Kiltsy left. Okay. And speaking of Chuck Supertune, how you doing? Good to see you, Chuck. Question. Kilts came on Carnivore Talk last night and told us what? The mystery is gone. Here, I wanted to attribute it to, okay, I thought that was quite a coincidence that you should know about that. But Kilts is speaking out of school. Hey, did you hear? Mitch ate some Kiltsy's ice cream yesterday. Don't tell anybody I told you. That's the one sure way of having the word spread like viral wildfire, is to utter those magic words. Listen, don't tell anybody that I told you. Yeah. that assures it. That's a guarantee. Guarantee the word's going to get out. They call that gossip. When I want everybody to know something, I'll take one person and say, don't tell anybody I told you. And then I'm pretty well sure everybody will know. So that's funny. I'm glad you mentioned it. I'm glad I saw that. Just another mystery, like the mystery of the blotch on my new shirt. We're solving all kinds of mysteries today. Yeah, well, here I was talking about that mental network, which really does exist and explains so many spooky things that happen to us, premonitions that we get, bad feelings that we get, good feelings that we get. Oh, Kelsey was See, I don't feel special anymore. I thought I was special. I thought Kelsey called me when he's walking. No, he's calling everybody he knows. Well, that's okay. That's funny. That's funny. Question from Yvonne. Oh, the workout. Okay, got that one. I saw that when it came over, about an hour ago. Shows you how far behind I am. From Donna, how do you think that? How do you make kilts ice cream? You have to get. There's so many different ways to make it. You have to go to him. With me, I don't make it this whole recipe. I take one egg and I put it in the bottom of the cup from that Ninja Creamy ice cream maker, which was a gift from Kelsey, by the way, after I got home from the hospital. And something I don't dare use too often because I overdo it. But I just thought it'd be nice to have it. What I do is I'll take an egg and I'll put about a cup of heavy whipping cream in there, and I'll put maybe a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, but I don't put any cane sugar. I don't put any sweetener, allulose, or anything. I put it in the freezer, let it sit overnight. It's just egg and cream and a tiny little bit of vanilla extract for flavor. It's very subtle. Freeze it. Next day, take it out of the freezer, let it sit for about 20 minutes. If it's too frozen when you use ice cream, you get powder out of it. You have to do it 3 times. Let it thaw out just a tiny little bit, and then you get a creamy ice cream out of it. And it makes a cup of ice cream, and I'll sit there, and the way I like it better is I take and fill the thing up with frozen blueberries and then just pour the cream in it and just go ahead and make the ice cream. And the frozen blueberries freeze the cream enough so where you get ice cream without having to freeze it overnight. The problem with that is I'm addicted to that, and I'll go through 3 pounds of blueberries before I actually realize what I'm doing and stop. So it's dangerous for me to have the fruit. But, once in a blue moon, once a month maybe I can make up a little bit of that and have a frozen treat. It has a slight little taste of sweetness from the cream and from the vanilla. But it's not the kind of ice cream that most people would want to eat. But I like it for the texture and the mouthfeel of something that reminds me of ice cream, which I really loved. But Kiltz has all the recipes. He actually takes it to an extreme where he actually scrapes the vanilla bean instead of using the extract. I'm not that much of a purist yet. We're talking about what we're watching on YouTube here. We're talking about super bikes, and that's chucking. He likes those things. He likes race cars and stuff like that. Talk about bacon run. I run fasted. Yeah, I think it's better to work out fasted. Makes more sense to me. Because if you need the extra energy, especially if you're trying to lose weight, why have your body go to your digestive system for the fat it needs? Let it go to the fat stores if it needs that extra energy. Yeah, Charlie says cut out all the butter. Well, butter is pure fat, and you need fat for your energy. And if you continually eat stomachfuls of pure fat, why would your body have to delve into the reserves that it's been storing around your middle? The way to get at the middle would be in a fasted state. It's going to need fat. It's going to need fat. Let it take fat from. Now, if you're thin and you're the right weight, you find that balance. I see Peter's here question. Hey, Mitch, I cut out all the butter now, and I'm starting to drop fat again. That Uncle Charlie said that. Is that? I just saw that one. He must have reposted that again. Okay. Okay, I did get to it, but I got to it at 7:30, half an hour ago. I feel lean when I work on fat. Yeah, it certainly is. Who wants to work out on a full stomach after a meal? Go for, I think maybe go for a walk. Who wants to exert themselves? The tendency is to want to take a nap. That's what most animals do. They take a siesta after they eat. Wide range of topics. Wide range of topics. Here we have Seeking Truth says, good day, everyone. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Now we're talking about places out west like Silverton and Durango. And, wow, look at all this conversation. I got to start going faster, I guess. It's almost 8 o'clock already. Where does this morning go? Where does the morning go?
OG in the morning radio, WEFM.
Yes, sir. and he did make a video of that. So, I mean, there is a video to it. I asked him just doing an audio file, but his AI software makes videos. So I do have the video.
OG in the morning radio, WEFM.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to overdo that. I get a kick out of it, though. That's the one reason I like AI. The rest of the reasons, I'm afraid of it. And I know that Susan and Brenda are friends. And like I say, I wish I had more time down there in Sarasota to actually spend a little time and get to know you guys. Next year, we'll make it a point. Make it a point to. But when there's 100 or 200 people around, you could be at the same party with somebody else and never even know they were there. I remember Susie, because she led the calisthenics at the hotel meetup there. And it was this last year that I was thinking of, because I was still recovering from the stroke and I couldn't get up and jump around like everybody around me, who was yay, 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 woo, woo. Everybody was going crazy, and I'm sitting there going, if I do that, I'll kill myself. But I enjoyed the spirit in the room and marveled at the energy, the energy that was on display right there. Here's Kevin. Corgula, do you ever hear of people losing too much weight on carnivore? No. That's the amazing part. I haven't heard of anybody who came on and said, I got too skinny. You'll optimize your weight, I believe. Now, what you think is too thin, because I got pretty thin on carnivore, but I still had an adequate percentage of body fat. I have a very light frame, a very skinny skeleton. So when I got down to 132 pounds at 5'10", but yet when I looked at the normal range of weights for men 5'10", I was still within what they considered normal back at the time when they invented that scale 100 years ago. Add 50 pounds to that scale today with what people consider normal. My BMI was still over 20, even at that weight. So I didn't think I was too thin. I didn't think I put on about 5 or 7 pounds since then, after the stroke. So probably have a little more, higher percentage of body fat now, but I still consider myself thin. And I'm happy, and I don't worry about it. I can't remember the last time I actually weighed myself. Why? Why do I care? Why do I care? If you look at yourself in the mirror and you weigh 400 pounds, yeah, I suppose you would want to be thinner and more attractive. But if you follow some of these ex-vegans who almost died from the vegan diet, ended up being 80-something pounds, and I think that Brenda this morning talked about that happened to her, that when they went on the carnivore diet, they gained an adequate amount of weight. Their weight did normalize and usually put the weight back on as muscle. So I think a carnivore can be considered a weight normalizing diet, not a weight loss diet. Although if you happen to be too heavy, you'll lose the weight. If you do thin, you'll gain the weight. It's the just right diet, like Little Red Riding Hood. Lori says she gravitates to me. Thank you, Lori. That's a compliment. Appreciate that. Yeah. I'm glad you. Lucy said, right, Lori, he knows you're his girl. It's nice to have everybody else making those decisions for you, isn't it? It's much easier that way. Don't have to work so hard. I love you guys, honestly. I really do. Even the guys. Great people. Great people. Barry Simon sent me a T-shirt option in the email. All right, Gary. Barry. Barry and Gary. Gary sent me that, and Barry said, someone mentioned this in the chat about Gary's cat. Yeah. Let me see if I can show it to you from my cell phone here, if you can see it. There's something about a good cigar after a carnivore meal, it said, and it's the cat. Gary's cat from that little meme that you all know that one, but I'll play it again here. Let's see, where is it? Gary. There it is.
What the? No way. You have your own? No, hold on, you're lighting it now? Unbelievable. You're puffing away like a pro.
Thank you, Barry. That's cool. I like that. I like that. Rick says they had a shirt in the 80s with that font referring to cocaine. Oh, absolutely. That's a more natural reference to Coca-Cola. I don't think any of you aren't aware that that's what Coca-Cola meant when it was first invented, that it had cocaine. That's where the coca part comes from. And if you think the Coke of today was addicting, can you imagine drinking cocaine and sugar in the same drink? Wow. Wow. That'd be deadly. Be deadly. Having great conversations here today. I got to get through this though, guys. What time am I at? 7:42. All right, let's catch up here a little bit. I'll have to go watch the replay and read them all. Rick says the March meetup was the place where all the Florida greats were. Yeah, true, Rick. Are you growing a beard? Are you growing a beard? You look like it last night on Kelsey's Zoom call. Kathy says, my T-shirts tend to have meat grease spots. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I usually eat by myself. I don't want to sit at a dining room table. I go into the family room, I plop down on a chair with a plate of food, and I eat right there. My T-shirts, because I'm eating fatty foods. I ate ribs yesterday. I need to get a bib. Honestly, God, I need to buy a bib. I don't have one. But constantly getting grease spots on my T-shirts. And occasionally a little hole from the cigar, which will throw off a little ember and it'll burn a little hole in my shirt. I look like a vagrant sometimes, like a homeless guy in some of these old shirts I have full of grease spots and cigar burns. Bob's show last night had a naked troll. It was shocking. I missed that. I missed that. Sorry. Here you go. I'm with you. I'm with you, Peter. Grease spots from meat are a badge of honor. Wow. Pardon the silence while I read some of these things. That's after 8 o'clock. Aaron chimed in. Good morning to you. How you doing? Good to see you got here. Uncle Charlie. Hey, Mitch. Lose some more weight without the butter. Okay. Still trying to read these things. Peter is deep in conversations with everybody, including JoJo. No shortage of chat this morning. Not very many QQQs, though. As usual, you don't need me. I did it. I got to the bottom. Super. Peter and JoJo are chatting away. And Rick says, I think Lizard Queen's Lizard Blizzard would be more addictive. Yes.
Hi, can I get a Lizard Blizzard extra green?
Coming right up. That'll be one Lizard Blizzard extra green. Here you go.
There
Awesome,
he is.
thanks. Perfect.
Perfect. All right, we made it to the end of the chat. And just so you don't forget where you are.
OG in the morning radio, WEFM.
Yes, sir. With that, let me go ahead and play a little happy music for you. And we'll get out of here in a reasonable time this morning. Thanks so much for coming in. It's been great to see you. Thank you, Gary, for the shirt. Thank you, Kelsey, for your brief appearance. Always good to see you. And all of you, just great that you want to come hang out with me in the morning. Now I'm going to go out and watch this thing, puff on a cigar, probably have a little more coffee. It's amazing how I'm always left with about 3 or 4 little sips of coffee at this time. It just seems to work out. And it's still hot. Lori says, I definitely need you, Mitch, capitalizing the word needs. I need you too, Lori. Thank you so much. It's nice to be needed, isn't it? At least by somebody. May the beef be with you, says Donna. Lori's dancing away with the music emojis. Bye all, says Sandy Blythe. And Corgi Lover, great show. I'm going to have to talk to Kilts about spilling the beans on me eating ice cream. Jeff Johnson saying goodbye. The name you know. Good to see you, Jeff. How are you? I didn't notice you in the chat before, but Barry Simon says, have a great day all. Rick says, see you tomorrow. Yes, you will, on Hump Day. Papa Carnivore still chatting away. Oh, man, the guy's probably got smoke coming out of his fingers from all that typing. At any rate, thanks, everybody, for showing up. I won't play that radio jingle again today. Maybe once tomorrow. I won't overdo it. But today, the novelty is still there. And I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Maybe we can find a similar jingle with the girls singing like they did for Don Imus. Because that's the one that I got in my head. Where they came, yes, Imus in the morning. Remember that one? Yeah. But Barry, the one you made for me is great. Is great. So, everybody, stay on the EFM diet. This is the home of the EFM Diet W. EFM Radio, brought to you live from Melbourne 5 days a week. Enough of that. For now, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.